I quilt too. Oh, we all quilt. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Division C East. We have got the left-hand side being Die for Vision. We've got Skalthar on the Deathwing, Solimar on the Vala, Me Too Thanks on the Leoric, Atlas on the Stukov, and Teeth on the Varian. Over on the side of Almost Legends Ruby, we have gotten a Hanzo, played by Chicken Meow. Wiggity is on the Brightwing, King on the Jaina, Krogdon on the Muradin, and Conflicted on the Blaze. Let's start that prediction because Hanzo is going to be going into Redemption at level 1. Now, Redemption, you can lose stacks when you die, and that's the big thing that I wanted to note on this, is because the prediction is basically, will this talent have full 12 stacks by the end of the game, or will it be 11 out of 12, 10 out of 12? Will it be incomplete or complete? That is the Twitch prediction. I hope I made that nice and clear in the prediction area with the 12 out of 12 or the incomplete. But either way, get your gambles in now. Will Hanzo finish out that level 1 and have it completed by the end of the game? So when we're at the end game screen, we'll take a look. And if it's completed, then that will be the prediction result. So let's go ahead and dive on into what our lane setups look like between these two teams. We are going to be seeing Draconic Might for the Deathwing. We already have Leoric in the bottom lane. Varian is in this composition as well. So we could see like a taunt Varian with a lurking arm and then a massive Molten Flame from the Deathwing, followed up by Vala's burst ability and sustained damage. Vala is going to be going into the Puncturing Arrow at level 1, building up that stacking. And you also have the baseline on this, so this is actually a lot of stacking. It's already at 12 extra damage, but you also have to consider the baseline damage, which is probably somewhere around, like, I think 140 right now. I might be wrong on that. 151 for the Hungering Arrow. So keep in mind that every time there's a stack here, multiply it by 6, and that's the extra damage. But keep in also mind the level 1, or the baseline ability itself is going to be scaling as well. So when you get to like the level 20 area, if we get to that point, we could be seeing somewhere in the like 700 range for the first connection of the Hungering Arrow. You could basically get to like 2100 or like 1400 damage fairly quickly, depending on how many of these Hungering Arrows you can land with the Reset Volts at level 4, as well as the Caltrops at level 20. Actually, you could have like 2800 damage because you get 4 Hungering Arrows if the timing works out for you. As well as you have to kind of land the actual skill shot. Either way, at the end of the game, when the game is complete, will he have Redemption done at the end? Not a single completion, no. Vala comes in with a big burst potential, but it's not going to be actually landing any sort of effective damage. Some of the Brightwing spell armor's helping out, but also just her overall healing is doing very well. Redemption currently at 4 stacks. We are going to be seeing Ignore All Distractions at level 4 as well, which is going to speed up some of the stacking because you have increased range, but also you get some nice wave clear with the singular auto attack. Chicken looking for the autos onto the Stukov, but he's not going to be able to land them. Yeah, because as I had specified, you can lose your Redemption stacks. If Hanzo finishes Redemption, but then he dies, and the game ends, he'll have 9 stacks, so he wouldn't be complete. Unlike Convection, when you finish it out, you can still lose the stacks. It's very much like Wizened Duelist from Greymane. You can still lose stacks from after getting stacks. It's one of those. It's a push-pull sort of talent. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a Molten Flame onto the wave as well from Deathwing, and it seems like for the time being, this will be Die for Vision. Well, they're not really dying for anything. Neither team has died for anything whatsoever, as it is going to be a 0-0 kill game, 7-up on both sides. I might have spoken too early. Hungering Arrow, does it get the extra bounce? One more bounce? Oh, I actually thought it was going to be just that was enough, but not the case. And, oh my god, Me Too Thanks almost going down. That's a vault in by the Vala. She might have overextended trying to get more stacks on that level 1, but holy crap, Varian comes in with the taunt and buys a little extra time. We do have the Triglav Protector going over to the side of Die for Vision, and we'll see it's only Stukov inside. Deathwing going to be going into the top lane to clear things out. Stukov looking to rotate into the top lane. There's a lot of different ways to play this first Triglav Protector. I think at this point, the way that I like to play it personally is you play for Control Point C. Control Point B, it's not like you're getting anything massive anymore because you can't take down the well. You have to take down the fort to take down the well because of the changes that went into it. And I think, you know, taking down the well before was really big, but now I think we've had a little bit of a meta shift and just kind of prioritizing bottom. You take 2 Triglavs down there and you can really get a lot of value. But let's talk about what's happening right now. That is Hanzo getting the agility over the wall. King is going to be trying to back away, but the Hungering Arrows are chasing down that Jaina, and she will be falling. That's first blood over to the side of Die for Vision, as we do have Triglav Protector continuing to apply decent pressure into this top lane fort. It's going to be sitting around 75% HP. Vala poking in with some multi-shots. Deathwing trying to rip the ground as well. And there's some lurking arms from Stukov. He does have that low blow level 1. Murden with the Dwarf Toss away from the far edge of that lurking arm. And this is taunt from Varian onto the Hanzo. He loses some stacks. 6 out of the 12 right now as the Molten Flame from Deathwing will be coming through. Brightwing trying to poke out as well, getting just as much healing as she possibly can for the team with some of the Arcane Flare at the center point to get that proc of the Soothing Mist. Another not Molten Flame, god dang it. I always, the Lava Pool, Lava Burst from the Deathwing. And the Sustained Siege will be found. This fort might go down. It slowly is being taken down, but it's looking like it's a possible play as the wave is not too far off. 10 talent here is here. Rain of Vengeance. We've got the Entomb. We've got the Massive Shove. Taunt already from Varian. We'll look at the actual 10 talent. Will it be Warbringer or is it going to be the Shield Wall? And then last but not least, Deathwing is going to be going into Bellowing Roar. Hanzo poking out with some scatters. Killaby, thank you for the Prime Gaming. Much appreciated. I will resend your alert when you get out of game. Thank you for the Prime. Much appreciated. So the brand new spanking Prime. I'll be sure to send John Cena over to Jeff Bezos to beat him up for that 250. Top lane camp will be coming through. Deathwing will be just melting the wave, as this will be Leoric into bottom to grab some more experience. We also will be seeing the Dragon Strike from the Hanzo. The Pretzels, if you will be coming out from him. We'll see what kind of lockdown that plays into with the Ring of Frost from Jaina. Seems like that might be the combo they're going to be leaning into, but we'll see how that actually works out for Chicken and for King. Alrighty, we have a... Oh, hey, someone's got to pick it up. I like the quick double back. It's like, you, me, no, you, me. All right, Murden's going to be able to get a little bit of clear through mid. Atlas sitting in the bush. A little bit of a slowed rotation with that lava pool. Murden Dwarf tosses in. He does have the Dwarf, he's got the heavy impact. Does get a little bit of damage with that one, but still a cooldown burn. No armor to be gained since it was third wind at level 1. Mid lane, Conflicted. Trying to get out of here. Drops the bunker, gets away. Doesn't use the fortification camp, but did Murden step too far forward? Big Ring of Frost. Hanzo actually gets the arrow onto a few enemies, but doesn't deal a ton of damage. Good healing out from the biotic emitter as well as Stukov, mitigating a lot of that as Murden Dwarf tosses in once again, has that slow from the heavy impact. Me Too Thanks is getting low here and will go down. Hanzo getting more redemption stacks as Teeth is trying to back away. Jet Propulsion not getting the stun that they're looking for. Murden going over the Dwarf Toss, doesn't have a Stormbolt, but actually lands onto the Stukov through the gate. Leoric trying to cheat a little bit of death right now as this is Control Point B up and available with the double kill over to the side of Die for Vision. Singular kill, excuse me. I thought it was a double kill. Alright, contested point since we have enemies on it. No one actually has the full channel. That little center point, you'll see that B starting to get filled up with the kind of orangish color. Healing pathogen spread by the Stukov. We have a Stormbolt from the Murden, Jet Propulsion from the Blaze, Rain of Vengeance from the Vala to try and push back the enemy, or at least get a counter CC onto the enemy side. Teeth getting low here, throws out the Protect with that shield wall from level 10. Me Too Thanks trying to back away. Hanzo rips the arrow. A lot of members going to be having to travel through this corridor. Teeth and everyone are being forced to the side, but Teeth turns to the Jaina and finds the kill. Ring of Frost will be coming out. Lurking arm from the Stukov as we do have the bunker down from the Blaze. Leoric going out and chasing with the spectral form, but isn't going to be able to actually drop down next to anyone. No Entomb available for 20-some seconds. Vala sitting on 26 stacks on her level 1. And if anyone's wondering on that scaling, we've got 156 damage plus the 233 damage as well. So we're looking at 380-something damage as she's still scaling that up more. Hanzo finishes out Redemption. Blaze to go down. Me Too Thanks gonna go back to the control point. It seems like Die for Vision, oh, they're not the ones dying out in this one, as that's going to be Hungering Arrow bouncing around and finding another kill. 29 stacks for the Vala. She's tanking some tower shots, but she will live with 300 HP. What an engagement. Holy crap. I want to actually look at the Jaina numbers again. Or, excuse me, the Vala numbers again. 174 plus the 243. We're looking at 400 and... what is that? 417 or so? 417, I think? A smidgen of damage. And you also have to consider the fact that you have Repeating Arrow as well. So that is going to be roughly 1,000 damage if she lands both onto you. And then you have Siphoning Arrow, so she's actually healing for that. She actually has a little bit of sustainability with all of that. We got the Hot Pursuit for the movement speed as well. Trigger Protector B going over to the side of Die for Vision. Let's see what they do with this. Do they rotate to the top lane keep, or is it going to be mid lane fort, bottom lane fort play? It seems like it's going to be the latter of the two. Oh my god, that taunt from Varian, that is not where you want to be. Conflagration wasn't even picked up. That's the assumed talent since we have the level 4 Infernus. So the Conflagration, man, that is even more so a terrifying play. Taunt Varian plus Deathwing. Very much like that combo coming out from the side of Die for Vision, playing it extremely well as the fight continues to break out in the mid lane. We have a little Earth Shatter out from the Deathwing as well. Trigger Protector finding some decent damage. Hanzo getting low here. Varian trying to step forward. The taunt not available for 4 seconds. Trigger goes down. Bringer Frost from Jaina. They all avoid it. Hanzo rips the arrow. There's an Entomb from the Leoric as well. Conflicted, a little split from their team. Drops the bunker. Deathwing so very low. 600 HP. Needs to back away and will do so. Phase shift from Brightwing comes through. And it seems like that's the disengage moment, but still, the big thing to discuss here is the fort to go down, as well as the 16 talent tier advantage and the 7-1 in kills. I hope there's a game 3. I do too. This is so far this has been very, very enjoyable between both these teams. Varian goes in, a lot of damage onto the Muradin to be, or at least applied. There's no Entomb available for 13 seconds. Leoric still trying to slow and drain hope. Me Too Thanks is getting a little bit low here. The shreds are coming through. Is the auto attack enough? King chasing a little far for this. Did King go too far forward? Pops the ice block. Is it going to be enough? No, the Bellowing Roar comes out as well from the Deathwing, and that Brightwing couldn't do anything right there. Leoric drops the Entomb, and he's somehow living with all of this. He has the Wraith Walk for the damage reduction, and I can't believe it. The Healing Pathogen from Stukov, way too useful. That Biotic Emitter, excuse me, the Biotic Armor at level 4, insanely strong right there for that Leoric. Popping that, giving him some extra physical armor to be able to defend. Is it physical specific? Yeah, physical armor. Bottom lane fort will fall easily. Leoric is just swinging his mace through each of these waves, and man, I gotta be honest, like this is Die for Vision playing so effectively well. I gotta be honest, I gotta give them credit for just how they're rotating around the map and how they're playing all of this. Sorry, I was looking to see if my tea was drinkable yet. Alright, Leoric just kind of getting some vision, scouting out. Also, Berserk, I hope you're having a great day, bud. Thanks for coming by. Oh, yeah, that's some good tea. I put a little bit of sugar in it. I didn't need the sugar with all the sugar I've had today, but I did put a little bit in this one. Anyways, huge arrow from Hanzo could be absolutely massive for the team, but the healing from Stukov has just been too good right now. Teeth getting low on the Varian. Any healing pathogen? Not this time. The Biotic Emitter is also kind of helping out the members of Almost Legends Ruby as it's auto-attacking onto the enemy, and Leoric will fall. Blaze to go down. The Biotic Emitter is the true hero in all of this. Hanzo looking to scatter out. Hanzo chasing deep and is going to drop the fortification camp, losing 3 stacks on his level 1. And that'll be Vala trying to chase in multi-shots, multi-hungering arrows. Jaina, oh, she stepped into one blizzard, one auto. Oh no, Jaina might have miscalculated the timing on that blizzard from the Jaina, as there's just an absolute bloodbath around this biotic emitter, and Atlas is able to get it, drops it immediately. The denial, King gonna get massively shoved. Oh, the Brightwing, the Jaina, this is absolutely 5 members falling from Die for Vision. They may not have died for Vision, but they definitely died for this objective fate, or this camp. Whew. Meanwhile, mid lane, Catapult arriving here. It's going to be dealing 94 damage into structures. Bottom lane, Catapult here as well, getting some decent structural damage on the keep front gate. And Varian, rush towards the point. What a game here between these two teams. I got to be honest. We're seeing some really great Heroes of Storm action between all the different divisions we've been casting. We've had Heroic, we've had Division D, and we've had Division C thus far. Wait, this is our 4th best of 3 of the day. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, we had a Division B East game. That's right. I'm literally in the middle of my own stream, forgetting what we've already streamed today. And Vala to grab a camp over on the top left of our screen. We've got everyone back and available. Deathwing may not be showing on the minimap if you're wondering, but he is up and alive. He's floating up in that sky. Deathwing does have the Firestorm, but he also went in... Is this the God, Rival of God? Yeah, so he gets all of the level 7, so he does have the Skyfall as well. 20 Talontiers here, as you can see, is that's a Buried Alive onto the Muradin. Varian with the massive charge around the corner, a Lurking Arm, and Vala finds the kill. Bunker comes down from the Blaze Teeth, and the rest are chasing in. No objective phase priority for this second or two, and it seems like, okay, the objective phase will be grabbed by Deathwing, but I feel like what they should do on the side of Die for Vision is they should be pressing bottom. Muradin's dead for 45 seconds. Take advantage of this time. I guess the camp is okay to grab. I would have preferred to see just pressure through bottom lane, and maybe Leoric is just managing that fine on his own, and I think that's more so the case, so my apologies. Anyways, 246 damage on the puncturing arrow scaling, and then we have 307 on that baseline. So 553 damage from the hungering arrow. That's the first hit. It has more bounces. We don't have the actual extra cast, or we don't have the caltrops at level 20, but still, Vala, she can deal a significant amount of damage with just 2 Qs. Well, Vala can say she's pretty effective with her QQ. Age does that to you? Oh, dude, I'm an idiot. I feel like it's just, that's a semi-permanent thing. Anyways, 20's up on both sides. Hanzo does have the cooldown reduction. The Dragon Awakens. He's actually going to zoning arrow right here down the middle. I actually do like this play quite a bit from Chicken right now. Just burn that arrow as much as possible. Speaking of, he's actually going to try and finish out that level 1 so he can get the faster auto attack speed. The Triglav Protector does allow that very easily. He's going to be able to finish it off of Atlas right here. And Muradin gets the kill, but Chicken very low. Do they have any agility? They don't need... Oh! Chicken gets shredded right at the end. You see what I did there, chat? Deathwing is going to conflagrate and deal quite a bit of damage. Muradin has to Dwarf Toss away. The Triglav finds the kill. That's quadra kill to the side of Die for Vision, who are looking to go maybe core with this Triglav. They've got 30-some seconds left on it. Deathwing does fly up in the sky. You can see that health bar jumping up quite quickly. Vala, Leoric, and the Triglav, they're working their way towards this core. Is there a Rocket Glove onto Conflicted just to give some zoning here? There's going to be 24 seconds, 12% left. Rocket Glove onto the core. Deathwing lands down on the ground. Core shielding is falling. That's going to be looking like it's game number 1 over to the side of Die for Vision. The death timers are a little bit too long. Control Point C doing what it used to do, ending Triglav Protector, or excuse me, ending Volskaya Foundry. Vala coming out. She's going to just go ahead and burst into the core. GG, well played. Map number 1 over the side of our blue team Die for Vision. Did you guys get my shredded chicken joke? Did you get my shredded chicken joke? Did you? Because the player's name is Chicken, and their health bar got shredded, and chicken can be shredded. Yeah, but don't you yell but me. Alrighty. Does Hanzo have redemption done at the end? It is the end of the game. And Hanzo has 9 out of 12 stacks, so that is considered incomplete talent. That is an incomplete talent. You don't get it? Okay, so here, let me really quickly let me quickly explain this to you, okay? So chicken, there's multiple ways to cook it. So you could like slow cook chicken, and then it gets like real tender and soft. And then you can take 2 forks, and you can start to after a couple hours shred the chicken with the forks, and then you have shredded chicken. Do you get it now? You still don't get it. I've done all I can. I've done all I can. I'm sorry, chat. You're hopeless. Also, Killabee, thank you for the Prime Gaming during that game. Much appreciated. Thank you for the brand new Prime Gaming. You're hopeless, chat. You're absolutely hopeless. All right, let's make sure the player's on the correct sides. But I wanted pork. Well, then you should have ordered pork. Why'd you order chicken? That's on you, dude. That's on you. That ain't on me. No, I'm not the waiter here. I'm not the guest. I'm just the random guy commentating on your food. I need to learn how to gamble from Stark. Stark didn't Stark lose? Yeah, I was gonna say. Stark might not be the person you want to learn from, because I think he's right. I think he oftentimes loses a lot of his channel points. Well, that's what I love about him. That's what I love about him. He's committed to spending channel points. All right, what do you all want? All right, let me ask you this, chat. Do you want a Falstad frequent flyer, auto attack talent, or do you want Jaina's ice block? Which do you want? Which do you want for the next Twitch prediction? Falstad, auto attack, frequent flyer, so as he kills minions, he gets stacks. As he kills heroes, he gets stacks. Or do we do the baseline Jaina ice block, which is the 12,000 damage she needs to do? What do you want for the Twitch prediction, chat? You should learn from me. I always go all in and never lose a point. That's because you can't gamble in your country. All right? Ice block, Falstad. Jaina's my girl, so it's leaning Jaina. It's 50-50. It's 50-50. It's leading to Falstad again. I believe El Gandalf said hydrate, so here's the hydrate. Thank you. Oh, I thought that tea was gonna be too hot. All right, I think we're gonna be doing Falstad autos. So how many frequent flyer stacks by end? I'm gonna say Falstad level 1 because I don't want it to be confusing. I try my best to not make it confusing. Falstad level 1 stacks by end. Falstad, yeah. Let's see. Frequent flyer scales by 0.2 per stack. And we're counting how many stacks are on the actual thing. So let's say 30 stacks of frequent flyer. I think that's fair. 30 or more. 29 or less. I think that's a fair bet, chat, don't you? I gambled real life and I won $100. Yay for a lottery. My neighbor, so when we went to the gymnastics competition, my neighbor the night before, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get a couple beers at the bar." Like, because if you play games at the bar, like the on the machines, you can drink for free. So like, I'll go like if I go to a casino, I'll put $10 in the machine and I'll drink like 2 beers. So 2 beers for $10, and usually you can go up and down in some of the games. My neighbor, he burned through like 10 out of the $20 at the bar, and then he's like, I'm gonna go to a penny slot and just drop the rest of this into a penny slot. So he puts $10 in the penny slot and he does max bet, which is $5. Loses the first time. He does max bet on the last $5 he has that night. He wins $500. $500. The next day, we were all, joking around and stuff like that. Or 2 days later, we were all going to a bar, and he goes, and so it was at the Atlantis Casino in Reno. And so we all get to the bar, and he goes, and there was like 5 or 6 of us that went to the bar, and we all met up. And he goes, all right, neighborhood, Atlantis has got you covered for the first round. So it was just kind of funny. Yeah, it was kind of funny. $5, $500. That's kind of crazy. And the thing is, he was telling me, because he does this all the time, because they go down for gymnastics competitions, all that kind of stuff. It's usually at a casino or near one. And he's like, I do this every single time. I just go with $20 and I usually lose it. I get a couple drinks and it's whatever. He's like, I've never won this much before. That just proves you should gamble. I don't know about the nomenclature of should gamble. I mean, I've gone to blackjack tables. I've accidentally sat down at a $10 blackjack table, and I was like, I'll just play. And I went up to $160, and I should have walked away, but I didn't. And that is the lesson that I've learned. When I'm up literally like pentuple my money, I should walk away. Anyways, let's not walk away from an amazing best of 3 series because we are here into Tomb of the Spider Queen. I'm going to make sure the players are on the right side. They are. Let's go ahead and jump into the game, and I'll start the prediction once I introduce these teams. On the left-hand side, we have Die for Vision here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. We got Falstad played by Scathar. We got Solimar on the Jaina, Teeth on the Varian, Atlas on the Rhaegar, and Me Too Thanks on the Blaze. Over on the right-hand side, we got Almost Legends Ruby. We've got Chicken Meow on the Orphea, King on the Rainer, Wiggity on the Anduin, Conflicted on the Leoric, and Krogdon on the Anubarak. As I had mentioned, we got a Twitch prediction going right now, so let's get that going for all of you. How many level 1 stacks for Falstad by end? So, as you can see, it's an overcapping quest, and we will be seeing 1 stack per, 0.2, like, so you get 0.2 minion, or 0.2 stacks per minion kill, so you can do the math on that one. So if you kill 2 enemy heroes, you get 1 stack. So we're going to be going by this little number on the bottom left of that icon. That is what we're going by. Hope that is nice and clear. I hope I didn't make that confusing. My apologies if I did. But either way, you got a minute 30 or so to get your gambles in. How many stacks for Falstad by the end of the game? A little bit of a scuffle right now as Me Too is going to be getting some autos over the wall. Teeth getting very low, but the jet propulsion from Blaze might have offered up an opportunity for him to back away as the auto attacks will be coming through from Falstad. So you can see right here, he's got 1 stack. That is 1 stack, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. It's a double soak rotation-based map. Falstad's in the double soak as well. If that influences anyone's Twitch predictions, will he have 30 or more or 29 or less? Either way, Chicken taking a bit of damage here is getting low as we do have Teeth very low as well. Rhaegar goes in for the bite. Isn't able to solidify the kill, and Teeth will have to hearth away. AJG, how you doing, bud? Good to see you. I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. Baha reeling in the conversation like a master fisherman. You know me. You should gamble every now and then. When I have a good day, if I'm having a good day, like things are going my way, and I happen to be out and about, I will buy a lottery ticket. That is the one time. I've also had the mentality of if I'm having an extremely shitty day, I should buy a lottery ticket because, I mean, it's not like it's gonna get worse by buying a lottery. I don't gamble very often though. The appeal of it isn't really all that much for me. The flashing lights and all that, it's like, it's fun and all for a little bit, but the most fun is actually going to the casino with your friends and just like bar hopping and like going to different places and like just having a good time. I don't know, that's just me. Anyways, sidetracks aside for maybe like 10 seconds or so, let's continue to see what's going to happen here in map number 2 in our 4th best of 3 of the day. Almost Legends Ruby going to grab this camp on the right-hand side. The members of Die for Vision have already grabbed their own and have a little bit of an experience jump because of that, but that experience gap really shouldn't be too big because both teams are still double soaking, picking up experience. It's just enemies, or teams, excuse me, falling behind a little bit. I don't gamble often. I enjoy a little $100 win when I can get them like 2 to 3 times a year. So there you go. Yeah, exactly. I rarely win on a lottery ticket, but like I do okay on like blackjack. Blackjack's the only like gambling thing that I actually kind of enjoy doing because it's very simple. It's very simple. It's addition, and I'm not streaming, so I can definitely do it. Also the dealer kind of helps you out and tells you what your numbers are sometimes because you may or may not have had too many beers. Hey, Demon, how you doing, bud? It's all good. Lost all my taste sense again. Oh, no. Did you get COVID? Excuse me for a minute while I have a strange interlude. Yeah. What do you mean, strange interlude? That's my stream in a nutshell. Strange interlude. Jim Leahy, thank you for the follow. How's the liquor, bud? Trade gambling like loaning money. Never do it unless you can live with that. Yeah, I think in a year I will gamble $40 in total. Between like traveling through the local airport and like maybe going to the casino once a year, I'd probably gamble about $40 a year. So, and it's a fun day. Anyways, 7's up in a second here for both sides. 6 stacks on the Falstead. We do have the Piercing Light for the Anduin. It's a good talent all in all because you're raising the spell power, which affects his healing output. But it also, on a double soak map like this, the enemy kind of groups up a little bit here. So the expectation is that a couple of those stacks should be met for the Anduin, and we'll see if he's able to step up for that, because right now it seems like a lot of the members of Almost Legends Ruby getting forced back. Both teams have enough for a turn-in. Just peeking into the bottom lane, solo lane matchup. Leoric and Blaze doing a good job of sustaining against each other, so I don't think anyone's going to come out on top of that just yet, as Anduin gets the Chastise onto his father, and the cleanse comes through from the Rhaegar with that Purge. Jet Propulsion from Blaze. There's a Chastise again from Anduin. I don't believe we got a stack yet. Nope, not just yet, as Anubarak looks to step up. Conflicted's here as well. But it seems like there's no health bars really dropping on the side of Die for Vision. It's more so into the enemy side, as that's going to be a great Jet Propulsion from Blaze. That's first blood in favor for the side of our blue team. And Solomar is going to be able to split away on that Jaina and finish out the channel. So that'll be blue Webweavers descending with Raynor dead for the next 8 seconds. Gotta bail. Thanks for the entertaining stream as ever. Oh, thank you for hanging out with us, ISO. You have a fantastic evening. Get some good sleep. And or enjoy your Elden Ring play if you do end up playing some. Thanks for asking. Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate you coming by. You never bought a lottery tickets, and that's lost some money with that on average when I was a student at a job at a bookstore. Ah, I see. Yeah, I think I probably have played the lottery 20 times in my life. More so when I lived in Michigan. Because I also went to the liquor store a lot more because I used to be a smoker, so I'd be there a lot more often. But after I quit smoking, then it was just whatever. Anyways, siege through the top lane will continue from the members of Die for Vision, as Me Too Thanks is looking to just continue to siege here. I was waiting to see if that's going to be a Jet Propulsion from Blaze. He kind of lined up a little bit for it, but decides just to go for the auto attacks onto the fort. And 10 Talonteers will be here soon in just a second, so let's go ahead and cycle through the numbers as always. It's 1 a.m. You can't risk booting it up. That's fair. That's fair. You buy scratch cards for Christmas. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, that's a good. that sometimes can work. That's a taunt from Varian, a gust from Falstad, the disengage from Die for Vision. Why aren't they dying for Vision? I'm upset. Kaimo Chipsum's upset. I got a pile of scratch cards for Christmas one year, and I didn't win a single dollar. And I remember the person that gave them to me felt really, really bad. And I was like, don't feel bad. It's just, it's RNG. Like, it's whatever. It was one of those white elephant Christmas gift thingies. Oh my god, Orphea! I thought I had time. I think she thought she had time, but dear lord, the double kill. Look how many gems are on the ground. There's so many gems being zoned away. Oh, that's a rough go for the side of Almost Legends Ruby. After you quit smoking, go to the story. Yeah, quitting smoking was extremely difficult because you find other things to preoccupy your mind with. Snacking is often a big thing when people quit smoking. That is very, very often a thing because you're trading one habit for another. Yeah, I don't. That's the one advice I give to my neighbors' kids as much as I can. I'm like, don't smoke cigarettes. You're getting to that age where your friends will smoke cigarettes. Don't do it. It's so hard to quit. Oh man, it's such a nightmare to quit. Like it took me so many times. Invade, or at least stall onto objective. That's a massive entomb onto a couple of Eternal Feast from Orphea coming through. Gus from Falstead will go out. Jaina goes down. Leoric might be trading all this. Falstead wants the kill. The Hyperion's still coming through. Falstead has to barrel roll out, throws the hammering back, and it's just going to be the kill into Jaina. I do feel like a lot was used to get that kill onto Jaina, though. That was an Eternal Feast, an Entomb, a Light Bomb, a Hyperion. I mean, all heroics were just used in that engagement, and a Jaina is killed. Granted, Yes, it is a Jaina kill, so she's off the map for a few seconds here. Falstad going to turn in, and it's red web weavers still to come through. Falstad didn't have enough for a turn in, but he still was just trying to get those gems turned in. And did he get them? Yes, he did. He did get the 10 in, but still, red web weavers will descend. I had many nerd hobbies to have the money for cigarettes. Oh, yeah, too many nerd hobbies. I get you. Hey, miniatures are expensive, dude. I agree. I've seen the prices on those things. You've managed to quit since then, at least, yeah. Man, it's just very hard to quit that, as the jet propulsion from Blaze will connect on to 1 or 2. Zoning Eternal Feast. It's not the longest cooldown. I believe it's a 50-second cooldown on Eternal Feast, but still, it's going to be on cooldown. Doesn't get much, if any, value as the Web Weaver and bottom lane's cleared out. Mid lane is still advancing about 50% as the Falstad already used barrel roll. Falstad getting very low here, has to gust away, but Anub'arak is caught on the sidewall. Cocoon onto Falstad, but is it going to be enough? Ancestor Healing's available. It's going to be, oh my god, Raynor with the penetrating round. Jet propulsion from Blaze will be coming through. That's a leap of faith from Anduin to save the day onto Raynor as he drops the Hyperion. And this is something I didn't know. Look at, so we're on the blue vision. Hyperion's out. As long as Hyperion's, this isn't in the tooltip. If Hyperion's out, Raynor actually is seen by the enemy team. So I find that fascinating. I did not know that last week, actually, because it doesn't say. Order Hyperion to make a strafing run for 12 seconds, hitting up to 4 enemies for 106 damage every single second. Every 4 seconds, it fires the Yamato cannon at a structure, dealing 1,272 damage. I just thought that was a really cool thing. If no one knew that, because I honestly didn't. And it makes sense with like how the game works and everything, because he's dealing damage, so it should show him. But I feel like I don't feel like does the water elemental do the same thing? Does the Gargantuan from Nazeeba do the same thing? Because I feel like they don't, but maybe I've just never noticed. Holy crap, that jet propulsion from Blaze is going to be coming through as the Eternal Feast will go out, but it doesn't find much value once again. We do have a charge in from the Varian, 9 seconds on a taunt, but that's not necessary because they are cleaning up this fight. A quadra kill to the side of Die for Vision as they advance in through this mid lane. That's got to be a bug? Nope. It's not a bug. Apparently, that is just how that works. As soon as I had a son to keep himself occupied. That's smart. That's smart. That's smart. I used a whatchamacallit. I used a vape pen, but I didn't use any nicotine or anything like that. I just used the patch. I just had a vape pen for just to be able to blow smoke to still have that value. Big light bomb out onto the father. Gus from Falstad. Ancestor Healing will come through from the Rhaegar as we do have the Hyperion to push back the enemy side. And it seems like the Web Weaver phase finds the keep through mid. Massive wave into top, but that should go. That should be cleared out. Bottom lane fort will go down. Summons don't do that. That's so weird in Victus Rage. That's so weird, because you feel like it'd be one and the same. You would feel that, like it feels like it should be one and the same. Like the Hyperion's dealing damage and stuff like that. It shows the Raynor position. Water Elemental, Winter Elemental's dealing damage is out. It should show the Jaina position. Same thing with Gargantuan, but Maybe I'm overthinking it. But either way, 16 talent here over the enemy side. Die for Vision looking like they're going to grab themselves a camp here on the left-hand side. 28 stacks on the Falstad. Working his way through that level 1, and it is not capped. Well, I mean, technically it is at 65,535, but I don't think I've ever seen a Falstad break 200. I was going to say 100, but I feel like I have seen a Falstad, break 100. Bloody spaghetti code? Well, I think it's marinara that you put on spaghetti, right? Not blood. Hyperion isn't actually coded as a summon because it doesn't appear on the map. Well, then what do you call the giant reticle? I see what you mean, though. You broadcast games where Falstad broke 100, I'm fairly sure. Well, I definitely on Gathering Storm, but I don't know about Frequent Flyer because I don't see a lot of Frequent Flyer, to be honest. I rarely see Frequent Flyer picked up. I feel like it's maybe like a 10th of the time, like 10% of the Falstads I cast maybe grab it. Maybe 5% of the false deads. I feel like Gathering Storm is just the go-to, which I'm happy about because that was the way that I used to always play. For the longest time, it was auto tech false dead. Then he got the change and semi rework, and then everyone was playing the W build because it actually was bugged. And then after that was fixed, then everyone was going Q build. Actually, people went auto build versus Q build like 50-50, and then it just became massively like play into Q build. But either way, Secret Weapon was the talent at level 7. There's a Burrow Charge in, connects onto the Varian, who does get the purge from the Rhaegar. We are going to be seeing a Jaina Blizzard on the ground. Cocoon onto Falstad in the backline as he has hit his 30th stack, but that's not the case at this moment. What is going to be the blue Web Weavers pushing right onto these keeps, and a lot of damage goes out onto Leoric, who tries to Wraith Walk away and will be falling before he's able to get any sort of distance between him and the enemy side, as the Orphea chomping out onto the enemy as much as she possibly can. We are going to be looking at a keep to fall through top, mid, and bottom. Things are looking dire on the side of Almost Legends Ruby as Jet Propulsion comes in for the Blaze, not connecting on to anyone. Chastise connects onto 2 members, gets that extra scaling as the ice blocks used by the Jaina. There's an Ancestral from the Rhaegar, I believe, onto Varian. Core shielding is falling. The fight's still breaking out, but the Web Weavers want to end game with Falstad, and game number 2 goes over to the side of Die for Vision. They take the series 2-0. GG, well played.